Hello YouTube fans, this is TheSkullKlown. I haven't done a video in a while. And I will be doing that um new movie. It's like a Chucky thing. I haven't talked about none of that stuff. Mainly because other YouTubers are talking about it. So I feel like what can I say about it? It does look cool. And all I have to say is that should have came out before the Child's Play remake. Just saying. Oh, that should have been what the Child's Play remake should have been. Hey, there's fans out there that like it, that's fine. But when I look at that movie, I'm all like, there's two other movies that came out that are similar to the remake, yes. But at the same time, what was the point of the remake if we were going to get those two anyways? But moving on, that doesn't matter. What matters is that I didn't get the CD yet. I haven't made it, but it's already, again, I put it on the flash drive like I said in my video, but I finally colored it. Finally, I still might put the names up here of the episodes of what these come from. But overall, I colored it. You can see my little mark right there. Looks pretty good, So I probably always showed this off of how it looks like, but I'm gonna talk about all the Censor 11 Plus that's on the flash drive that I have, and soon to be on DVD, bootleg DVD on it right here. So, I put mostly all these shorts that I have on here. Actually, yeah, all the shorts that I have on there are on my Facebook and also on Daily Motion. So, I will review these, not in order, obviously, but in order of what year they came out. So there we go. So I will be talking about how this is. Should I put this like right here or something like that, or somewhere here? I don't know. I feel like I should put it somewhere. That way people can know what the fuck I'm talking about. So probably that's not gonna work. Forget it. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you guys came here for me to give you my thoughts on the Censor 11 Plus. So again, here's the cover of it. The cover that I made for it. And then obviously has the warning symbols and everything. Like, oh, warning, these were products of their time and shit like that. I don't have to talk about enlightenment stuff and all that. I already made videos about that. You could check that already. So, moving on. I'm hitting in the trailer for Hallelujah Land that came out in 1931. Some people might look at this short as offensive, but it doesn't really show what people might get offended over with the big lips and shit like that. So to be honest, this is basically like the silly symphony of with the skeleton dance and everything like that. That's basically what this is. And to be honest, it's better in my opinion. I think this is better than the skeleton dance. This is way fucking awesome. And Cuphead did it better too. So it's funny that the other ones that pay homage to the skeleton dance do it way better than what the original did, in my opinion. So Disney, I don't know about that. Even though that is still really good and it's my favorite short too from Disney, it's just that hitting on the trail for Hallelujah Land is better. It is. It's better. It is. And you got that song, and obviously these shorts are not for kids anyways. So for that gets more of a bonus. So all right. Number 2 is Going to Heaven on a Mule, 1934. Now this in the beginning shows literally brothers and sisters picking cotton from the field, making sweaters and everything like that. And you see a brother just laying down, sleeping. The bees or the flies wake him up, and he's about to drink a beer. And I didn't tell you the story of Hitting the Trail of Hallelujah Land. It's basically not Piggy, well, Piggy and his girl. His girl's going on a trail, basically just leaving, and she's with Uncle Tom. So that's the first one. The second one, the second show, going to Heaven on Mule. Again, going back, you have a brother who's about to drink a beer, and then the devil, literally, the devil and angel type of thing. They literally is like, don't do it and shit like that. The angel and the devil is like, yeah, do it. And then they start fighting each other and everything like that, which is pretty funny. and then they start fighting. Then the brother just looks away, looks at them, and he's like, "Huh." Drinks it, gets fucked up, and goes to heaven on a mule. And then you hear, dancing happens. You see heaven and everything like that. What the brothers look like in space and everything like that. Not one white person is in their short, just so you know. They're all brothers and sisters. One of the brothers was telling you something. They knew who was up in the fucking goddamn sky. And they knew who was around everywhere in this fucking goddamn galaxy. So overall, I think the show was fine. I don't see the offensive of the short for kind of loud. Both of these shorts, in my opinion, both of these shorts should get praised, to be honest. Some of these shorts, anyway, basically these whole shorts should get praised just because they talked about all people and also about what was happening around that time. Some people still think that we weren't picking cotton around the 30s. The fuck? You can look up on Google right now, and we were in zoos in the fucking 50s still. Zoos. We were in zoos in the 50s. Well, how about we're in zoos in the 50s if we did acting and all that shit? I'm like, you see, now you're thinking. Now you're thinking the fact that maybe some of us probably were free and did other things, but we're still slaves mentally when it comes to religion and shit like that. Yeah. And again, that's not an enlightenment thing. That's a truth thing. Right? You don't have to talk about it in a spiritual enlightenment way because that shit's actually true. So going back, the short of Going to Heaven on a Mule, it ends with him basically drinking in heaven. He's not supposed to, and they throw him out, and they send him to hell, which is back to the planet. This short was smart. They knew what hell is. Hell is not a real place at all, or neither is heaven. It's just what you make it to be of what your life is. So Sunday going to okay, and then the way that Going to Heaven on a Mule ends is he throws the beer bottle, and some people get offended over that. I'm like, oh, he throws it and then comes back. Oh my god, why? I didn't see it as offensive. You know what I saw? I saw a slave man threw a liquor bottle, and he knew that his slave master, if he heard that fucking loud sound, he would come out and whip him because he's not doing his job picking cotton because he's just doing nothing. That's why he grabbed the bottle. Alright? Most people will be like, damn, that's kind of deep. Yeah, I saw that from that short. Everyone else saw something else. I saw something more deep or more fucked up than just, oh, I'm offended. Sounds like you guys just want to get offended just because of either big lips or how they betray us or some shit like that. And some of you guys that get fucking offensive are not even fucking colored to begin with. Grow up. Grow up. Stop being offended for other people that's not your race. Seriously. I'm dead serious about that. That's like, are you going to feel bad for a fucking goddamn dog that got whipped his ass by another dog? No. That dog probably fucking goddamn deserved it. Shit. So the third one is, I know I spent too much time on Going to Heaven on you, but it has to be said. Sunday go to meeting time. 1936. This is basically you have brothers and sisters going to church and everything like that. I love the animation. All these animations are all great at the end of the day. And what the short is basically that a brother is not going to church, and the sister is basically, oh, you're not going to go to church, you're going to go to hell and everything like that, all that southern stuff of what all people used to, some people that sound like southern people, and that's fine, because it's the South. So, and what happened is that he doesn't go to church, he decides to get a chicken, and he gets beat, and then he gets knocked out, and then he has a vision of him going to hell for not going to church. And then by the end of the short, he goes to heaven. While he's going to heaven, you see the line of where they put the slaves at the line, does that, and then he goes to church, and then he's going like this, and you see the silhouette of an angel brother him as an angel too, and that's the way the short ends. It's not a bad short. It really isn't. Some people might just get offended of it because maybe you want to get offended of it mainly because you knew that these brothers and sisters were in a farm where a white slave owner owned them, and he made sure he made sure that they went to church so they could be brainwashed and worship a white god. They'll color, and you want them to worship a god that's white. That's not carbon like them. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? That's just religion in general. I'm not talking about the short. The short is just showing you what it is. So, hey man, if you want me to go ham on this, I will. And some of you guys don't mind it. So, hey, sometimes that's what I have subscribers for, you know? Don't hold myself back and shit like that. So, I know you guys don't want me to hold back. All right, so number 4, we're on number 4, and we're about like 15 minutes in, 10 minutes in. Oh, look at that, we're not even done. We have like 15 of these actually. So, fourth one is called Clean Pasture, which is a parody of a movie called Green Pasture from Warner Brothers, and it's sad that Warner Brothers doesn't talk about that movie because it's not a bad movie. I've seen bits and pieces of it, and it's basically about angels, God going down to heaven, and getting some recruitments, kind of like in this short. The only difference is not music. In this short, it's about music. Because it's Melly Mendeley's, I think. It's not a Looney Tunes short, it's Melly Mendeley's short. So, not a bad short, not bad animation, you know? And I do, to be quite honest, guys, I do remember watching this short as a kid. I was born in 93, and this short came out in 1937. So how the fuck I saw this short? Well, I remember literally in somewhere in my subconscious mind when I was watching this short, like, over and over again, I'm like, I actually remember watching the show when I was with my dad. It was probably somewhere on demand. I was watching it. I knew my dad got offended of one of the parts of like the angel being lazy, the one with the big lips, but he's just being lazy, because they want to portray all brothers and sisters being lazy. And then moving on, and then by the end of the short, the one of the brothers opens the door. I think God, the God of the whole place, basically. He You could say it's Anu. He opens the door, and the devil comes, Satan, basically. And he's like, hey, is there room for any more? He's like, there's always room for more, brother. Comes in, and then you see the devil walking with a halo on it, and then the short ends. I remember that short as a kid, and I started laughing. I don't know how my dad felt about it, but I thought that short was like I wouldn't never remember that short at all, except for that ending, because that ending stuck out to me like a sore thumb. You have a fucking horned creature going to heaven. How is that? Of course, that's going to be in your subconscious as a kid for who knows how long. And then it's going to be in your psyche forever. And then when you watch the short again, you'll be like, why does this look fucking goddamn familiar? So I watched this short before. I don't know how the fuck I watched this short. Maybe it had, again, going back, maybe it had on demand. And it had some shorts that they showed that was not supposed to be for kids. I don't know what, because around that time, they was not supposed to show these shorts at all. None of these shorts. So somehow they showed it, and you know what? Thank God they did, because I wouldn't remember it. So I think Clean Pasture is great animation, great music, to be quite honest. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. The next one, Uncle Tom's Bungalow. Holy shit. They treated the show like a fucking, like, a horse race. They literally did. They literally did. And it's funny, and it's kind of hilarious that the slave master gets fucked over in this one. Like, the narrator is like, closer, closer, you're hot, you're hot. He touches the fucking, you know, the thing that you plug in stuff. Gets electrocuted and shit like that. I love the electrocute, see, the way the electric, when cartoons get electrocuted back in old cartoons, I like the way it looked and all that shit. They even put in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Classic. They knew what they were doing with that animation, man. And the thing is, too, if you guys get offended with these shorts, get offended with Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Because all those cartoons are brothers and sisters. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that Roger Rabbit is supposed to be a brother anyways. His original color was not white. It was actually brown. He's actually a brown rabbit. And then the sequel, which was going to be the prequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you find out that Roger You found out that this was going to be the next the prequel / sequel of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. They were going to send the Looney Tunes, not the Looney Tunes characters. They're going to send the cartoon characters to World War II because they're the ones that can't take. They're the ones that can't die. Kind of sounds familiar, right? Like how carbon people can take the bullets. Because they knew who we were. They portrayed us like cartoon characters. Because the cartoon characters can't die. We can't die either. These brothers and sisters are coming down here to this planet. That some of them are already here. You can't get shot by a bullet or a grenade or blown up by a nuclear bomb. They can't. They can survive that shit. Because it's made from them, to be quite honest. Just like a gun, when a gun's jammed up, what's it jammed up? From carbon. Where's that carbon coming from? From you and me. What do you think? There's people missing everywhere and shit like that, and children missing. Come on, man. Come on. They even put it in your movies like Transformers, man. You have John Cena, the character in the movie Bumblebee, saying that, yeah, after we use them, we use their parts. We use their spare parts. Come on, man. They were telling you right away. They were telling you everything. But no one doesn't want to fucking listen around here. Everyone wants to be fucking ignorant. And want to be like, oh, what makes you so better? I'm not telling you that I'm better than anybody. But these fucking rich motherfuckers know who the fuck we are. They're fucking terrified of us. They're so fucking terrified they don't want to fucking goddamn mention that our carbon is more powerful than normal fucking people. To them, they're normal. Like normal Caucasians. Like they don't give a fuck about you guys at all. They pay attention to us more, right? Like, say if the planet starts shifting, which it is, she is, but if since the planet is shifting, we're changing with her, and they looking at us. They're not looking at you Caucasians. They don't give a fuck, but they're looking at us because our DNA is literally changing as we speak. Yes. Why do you think the whole fucking quote unquote pandemic happened? All right. This is what you're gonna get from me, man. This is what you're gonna get from me. And I didn't want to talk about something like this in this video, but I have to mention it. You know, for some of my brothers and sisters out there, and for some people that want to be educated. You know, there's not no hate speech or anything like that. It's just common knowledge. Especially if you meditate and all that and you start researching on your own, you know? And a lot of people might not know this. That's because they try to keep that shit away from you. You know? Even your own kind. Sadly. It is, it's sad. So Uncle Tom's Bungalow, man, there's some parts I'm like, holy shit, like, for crying out loud, you have an old brother that's getting whipped by a slave. They don't show it, but you hear the whip, and I'm like, oh, the fact that they didn't show it is even worse, in my opinion. Some of these, cartoons, sometimes they don't show the violence or the death, but that's even worse. Some people think that, showing Mufasa's body was too much. No, it wasn't. That was exactly accurate. You know what is too much? Having Clayton from Tarzan getting hung by a noose but not showing it, just a silhouette. That's fucking twisted and fucked up. That's fucking crazy. Because you're not seeing the body. You just see a silhouette. You know? So, to me, I think that's way worse. You know? I don't know, man. It feels like it's almost like a Hitchcockian type of thing. That's just me, man. So, Uncle Tom's Bungalow, you can probably take it or leave it if you really don't like that short. Some of these shorts are not the best, of course, as if you pay attention to them as shorts, basically, not as an offensive or anything like that. But I like Clean Pasture better, and Sunday going meeting time and heading in church for Hallelujah and going heaven on a mule are way better than Uncle Tom's Bungalow. But the dogs are kind of funny, so there's that, and I think that's really it. So. And the cast is not bad with the cast that they have for Uncle Tom's Bungalow. The next one is called Jungle Jitters. You have a tribe of brothers and sisters. And the main queen is a fucking bird. I remember when I saw that shit, I'm just like, a reptilian queen. Okay. See how you all. So what is it? Uncle Tom's Bungalow came out in 1937, and Jungle Jitters came out in 1938. So you have this guy that looks like Goofy, and he's trying to sell stuff to natives, and the natives are trying to eat him. And the main woman, that's the reptile, the bird, she falls in love with the dog. And he's like, oh, fuck that shit. And goes inside the fucking pot of where they're going to cook them. He's like, I hope all of you guys get indigesting. And that's it. That's it. That's the short. Really, not much happens in their short. But it is kind of funny how the ending is. Like, literally, he kills himself. He'd rather be eaten than get married by a bird. And she doesn't look fine at all. For crying out loud, like, what is it? One of these shorts shows Bambi's mom being all sexy and everything like that. So that woman right there, she could be the queen. The other one is the something of Pongo. Sorry, the Isla of Pongo. This is another short that shows natives, and nothing wrong with it. You do have Egghead in this episode. Egghead is basically supposed to be a prototype of Elmer Fudd, supposedly, but he's a separate character on his own. That's what Warner Brothers said. Supposedly he's not a pure Elmer Fudd. He's basically its own character. But ever since Elmer Fudd came out, they just took him out. So maybe he was a prototype of Elmer Fudd. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe he was, then he wasn't, then they had Elmer Fudd, and they were like, what's the point of having Egghead if we have Elmer Fudd? You know? So, this one came out in 1938, and I think Pingo Pongo is not a bad short. Again, it's beautiful, the animation's nice, and it's just a tour of the Aboriginals, you know? Some of this might get offensive, because they point of the Aboriginals being, oh, so primitive. Yeah, we're primitive, alright. So primitive that we learned music. That's not primitive, you dumb motherfucker. Idiots. If the thing is, a lot of people say that, look, if you want to think that back then we were primitive, like in Egypt, go ahead and think that. But I want to say this. You don't go to a native land and say that they're primitive and they know how to fucking make music. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. And if it's better music, then you're fucking sorry ass. And if it's music that's literally vibrating with the planet, that's not primitive. That is hierarchy of enlightenment. Okay? And a lot of people don't understand that. They'll be like, music with vibration? What are you smoking? It's like, yeah, okay. Then go ahead and listen to a fucking music that talks shit about a woman, and then you wonder why you don't have a fucking woman. Because you're talking shit about a woman, and you're hearing music that's saying shit about a woman. Wake up. Wake up, man. Wake up. So, again, Pingo Bongo is fine. So, the next one is All That and Rabbit Stew. This one's famous as fuck. This show was also remade to Elmer Fudd. And it's in the Looney Tunes Classic Collection if you have it. And this one is the original one. All That and Rabbit Stew. And I like this one better than the Elmer Fudd one. Because if you've seen this one, you saw the Elmer Fudd one. It's the same exact thing. The only difference is that this one's funnier. I think All That and Rabbit Stew is way funnier than the Elmer Fudd that they had to redo. I think this one's better. The timing's better. And the animation's way faster and better. Just call me Adam. That's it. That's all I need to say. The fact that Bugs Bunny literally opened the fucking blacks, you know how it turns black, and then you know how some cartoon characters open it, and then they like reach down. He reaches down, grabs a fucking leaf that holds his fucking, that is protecting his junk, and I'm like, no, I don't want to see it. And then Bugs Bunny's like, oh man, I'm just like wearing his clothes and shit like that. I'm just like, dun, 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 dun. That's how you know these shorts were not for fucking kids, guys. And yet people want to be like, oh, censor it. Why don't my kids watching it? It was never meant for your kids. What do you thought this was for kids? Because it's hand-drawn? Then let them watch South Park. Yeah, that's what I thought you wouldn't. So, All That and Rabbit Stew is fine, to be quite honest. So, yes, the brother is just like I don't know, like lazy, I guess, but I don't know. Other than that, I thought it was one of my favorite shorts, and I think in this show was praised too. Cold Black and the Thieving Dwarves. This one is great. This one's great. For kind of loud, I have her right here. So wait, I have her right here. So wait, it's hot as fuck. The music is great. The jazz is just great. The animation is top notch. I love the Walt Disney film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I do. I love that. I love that movie. And the fact that Warner Brothers did a short of it, and I think that's the thing. Some of these shorts are way better than the Disney version. Why? Because it's shorter, way better. The animation's fast, and the timing's great. That's why I love some of these shorts. That's why I think some of them are way better than the Disney ones. Not the Disney shorts, the Disney movies that they took the shorts and made like, almost like Green Pasture was actually a parody of one of their movies that they made. But again, Snow White. There's another one that they paid homage to the Three Little Pigs and Red Riding Hood and the Three Bears, and that was from Walt Disney also. Like he did that short too, and they did that short, but they put it together. So Cold Black and the Seven Dwarves is great. I don't see no offended by it. Why? Showing the whole like dice and shit like that, and it's always showing the number 7, which is the highest number. Well, not the highest number, but which is one of the highest numbers in the cosmos. These are cosmic numbers, right? People need to pay attention to that, right? And then I never mentioned in Clean Pasture and also Going to Heaven on a Mule that they have like a thing that's called paradise, meaning pair of dice. Yeah, and when you go into heaven, it's called paradise, but it's pair of dice. Yeah. Yeah, that's how they're basically saying all people are gamblers. We gamble our lives away. Many men, many men have told for me, and I don't cry no more. Sorry. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on many men. Sorry. Sorry, man. Yo, man. If you're that old, you deserve a cookie, man. You deserve a fucking cookie. Going back, sorry, I keep talking about the short Cold Black and the Seven Dwarfs, but I like it, and a lot of people do like it too. When it first came out, some people did saw the offensive stuff. I get from what people said, but overall they loved it. Everyone loved it, and some of these shorts they use actors that are brothers and sisters. So even Whoopi Goldberg pointed out that Warner Brothers is one of the first animated studios to use so-called black people as in their shorts as voice actors. If that's true, again, why is not Warner Brothers like capitalizing on this? You could have easily said, yes, we're products of their time, but look what we did. But yeah, you guys want to hype this shit. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. You guys should literally be ashamed of yourself. Literally, man. All because you're afraid of people just getting offended. Just by a 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute someone get offended. Alright, throw away the whole thing. You're such a pussy, man. You're just a fucking goddamn pussy. All these animators that make these shorts would have looked at you and say, grow the fuck up. Alright? And take that fucking stick that's out of your fucking goddamn ass. Because apparently your mother or your daddy didn't beat you hard enough. All right, your daddy didn't teach you how to be a man, or your mommy didn't teach you how to be a woman. All right, that's why I have a problem with people, man. You guys want to act like children, all right? You know that video that you see a fucking woman be like, all that pissy shit? I'm like, that is a woman that didn't get beaten up when she was a fucking goddamn child. Her parents should have whooped her ass. I would have whooped her ass right there. I don't give a fuck. You want to act like a child? We're going to treat you like a child. Turn around. Go to the corner, bitch. Seriously. I'm sorry. Getting on tangents with these. But, again, I love this short. I do. If you don't, I don't understand why. So, the next one is Tin Pin Alley Cats. This one. What's the matter with him? That one's also in, Clean Pasture. But, Tin Pin Alley Cats, it's basically, can I say it's a parody of Cats? not the stage show cats, but cats from what Disney made. Alley cats, is that what they called? Everybody wants to be a cat. That's that Disney movie. I think that's the parody for this one. It did came out. Oh, I did forgot to mention this. Cold Black in the Seven Dwarfs came out around the time where World War II was happening, so it is kind of like a World War II short. It came out in 1943, and All That and Rabbits 2 came out in 1941. Just so you know. So Ten Pin Alley Kids came out in 1943, the same year as Cold Black. But yeah, the same year as Cold Black, but not the same month. So I think this one came out in November. No, this one came out in July, I believe, and then Cold Black came out around in January. They made like 3 shorts around 43, and I know one came out in the beginning, middle, and then the end of the year, some shit like that. So, moving on, Ten Pin Alley Cats, again, good music, good animation, and they did redo this animation where the cat is like going on a trance and he's seeing trippy stuff. They used that on an old Pokey Pig short, and they used it again in another Pokey Pig short. They remade this like 3 times or 4 times. I don't know why. They keep using that same animation, and they change it a few times. But other than that, it's the same fucking thing. And I'm talking about in the background. All they change is the characters that's involved in it. That's really it. Everything else is the same. The foreground, the background, it's all the same. And I'm just like, that's why I look at some of these shorts and I'm like, are you guys lazy? Or you guys really didn't have the budget? I've always heard you guys didn't have the budget, but damn. Sometimes I even heard that once you guys were done with the animated stuff, you had to erase the whole fucking thing just to use it again because you didn't have enough of those things. So anything that you drew, you couldn't keep in the wall. It was lost to time. So the only way you could have recorded it or kept it is the shorts. And I'm still looking at these shorts like, and yet you don't want to fucking promote it. Not promote it, but like tell people that they're out there. Warner Brothers. Again, put a fucking sign like these are products of their time and shit like that. Like, why is it so hard for you? You did it in the Looney Tunes shorts, but now you don't want to do it now. Because why? The times that we live in? Same thing what Rockstar said. Oh, there's no GTA 6 because of the times that we live in. Okay, so maybe we should not, none of us should not walk then because the times we live in. So, yeah, I think that's fine. I think Ten Pin Alley Cats is fine. Moving on. Ink and the Bird. I can't even pronounce that one. The Mathin Bird. Inky and the Bird. Yo, I think those 2 shorts are great. I'm not a big fan of Chuck Jones. I'm saying that right now. I don't hate Chuck Jones. I think some of his shorts are great. Some of the shorts I've seen, or some of his shorts that he's made is one of my favorites. But when it comes to like the end of the Looney Tunes cycle of like in the 70s and shit like that, and some in the 40s, I'm just like, the ones in the 40s, those were like the last ones. Like for crying out loud, the Ink and the Bird, like Caveman Inc. That one came out in 1915. That was the last one that he did. Of the original Warner Brothers shorts. Other than that, the other ones that he did were straight out crap. I'm sorry. I think there was like at least maybe a handful of him that he did great. The other ones were crap. All right. I think Prince Freeland is better than anything. I think all those shorts that he either produced or wrote or direct, those are great. Those are all great. He was the man. He got that really good, man. So this is the first one, Inky in the Bird, and this short is basically, I don't know, because the other one, Ink Caveman, is like a prequel to this one, and this one's about them chasing him hunting a bird, and then the lion's trying to go after him, a grown lion. Then the prequel is like a cub lion type shit. I like the prequel more than just because of the way the prequel ends, but I'm not going to mention that one because I'm not talking about the prequel. But this one, is not bad either. The way that the lion looks and the animation looks fucking great. I love the animation of the lion. Like it's all messy, but at the same time looks perfect. At the same, it's just great. It's great. Whoever did that lion, yo, deserves a fucking enemy. That's all I have to say about that. All right. So Angel Puss. Angel Puss is basically a brother throwing away a cat in the water. The cat gets out of the bag and pretends that he's drowning in the water, and then he comes back as an angel. And then the brother gets pissed off that he finds out that he's been lied to. At first, he's all scared. He's in the graveyard and everything like that. Again, great animation. And he gets scared of the cat. And then when he finally realizes that the cat is not dead, he's like, "You motherfucker!" And then the cat's like, "Oh shit!" They all running and everything like that, and he shoots the cat. He kills the cat. And then he looks at him like, "Oh shit!" And he runs away because all the cat's 9 lives are going after him now. I'm like, "Yo!" And that's how the short ends. That is a good short. I'm sorry, that was a fun short. I think that was a fun short. So, wasn't it remade once? And they put Sylvester in it. I feel like that show was remade, but we never seen it. I feel, maybe that short was remade, but I only seen that short once. So, the Ink Boy and the Bird came out in 1943, like the same thing as Tin Pin Alley Cats and Cold Black. But in 1944 was Angel Puss. So that was that. Angel Puss is great. The other one is Goldilocks and the Jitterbugs. This one came out also in 1944. This one's basically Goldilocks and the Three Bears and mixed with Red Riding Hood. This short's good too. This short's really good, and I like the parody between the Three Bears and obviously Red Riding Hood. For crying out loud, like the guy that voices all these Looney Tune characters, he voices the wolf in this one, and he's top notch. Literally, and Red Riding Hood's like, "Aren't you gonna chase me?" He's like, "Chase me with these?" Showing his feet and shit. And his feet's like fucking red and everything like that. He can't walk. All that dancing and shit. It's like even the narrator is like, "They're gonna kill him," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's I like how they paid homage to one of the Grimm fairy tales stories, because one of the Grimm fairy tale stories is that, yeah, someone was dancing a whole bunch of times and they died, and that's also part of the Cinderella one, isn't it? When Cinderella yeah, that Grimm's fairy tales of Cinderella, yeah. So look at that. So that's why I like some of these Warner Brothers shorts. They actually do pay a little bit homage and a little wink to the Grimm fairy tales. That's how you know they will like be mature with it. They were like, "No, we have to be mature, and let's throw a little bit Grimm fairy tales in it. We don't have to do it all the time, but we could do it sometimes." And I think they did it a little bit with this short, and I think maybe with Cold Black. I could be wrong with that one, but Goldilocks and the Jenna Bells, that's great. I think that's a great short. And we're almost done here. So next one is called Bugs Bunny and Which is Which. This is one of the last Warner Brothers shorts that literally showed a native tribe and was trying to be, was doing racy stuff like Bugs Bunny putting the lips and shit like that, even though Bugs Bunny's already a brother. That's when Bugs Bunny does that, or blackface, I'm like, "You're already a brother. Kind of like you have the fucking menstrual gloves and everything like that. You're already a brother. I don't get it." So blackface on blackface makes no fucking goddamn sense. So yeah, Goldilocks came out in 1944. I hope I didn't miss saying that. But Bugs Bunny and Which is Which came out in 1949. And again, great animation. You have this. The short is basically about Bugs Bunny just walking, and you have this what is it? This doctor, this voodoo doctor, and he is making like a stew and stuff, and he needs a rabbit, and he doesn't have a rabbit, so he goes after Bugs Bunny, and Bugs Bunny, what Bugs Bunny does, and by the end of the short, you have a crocodile or alligator that eats the witch doctor, and Bugs Bunny's like, yo, man, like, let him out, let him out. And he lets him, and Bugs Bunny beats him up. He kills him, makes him into a fucking goddamn Puss, which is hilarious. He's like, well, at least I got something. And then the brother comes out of the bag wearing like high heels and shit like that, and a purse and shit like that, even though it's a guy. Um, and even Bugs Bunny pointed out, but like, hey, man, you look good. You look great. You know, he makes that face like, and the short ends. So it's a nice short, you know, not bad. So the last one is Caveman Inc. Caveman Inc. This is the last one, the very very last one, and this one's not that bad either. Again, I did point out that this is actually my favorite Inky short. I mean, there's only 2 shorts of Inky, but this one's my favorite, and this is the prequel of the first one. And this one's with Inky, the bird, and the lion, but this time he's a cub. And they're running around chasing and everything like that. And earlier you do have a caveman dude that's making food, and he's trying to make sure that these guys don't interfere and everything like that. But by the end of it, he traps them, and he's like, all right, now I can enjoy my food. And then the food's gone, mainly because the bird ate it and took his clothes with him, you know, because the clothes is like a lion coat, basically. And that's how the short ends. And I'm like, that's a good short, really funny. At some parts when, you know, they're chasing each other on the tree and everything like that, that shit's really funny. And yeah, it's just a nice short. So overall, are these offensive as they made out to be, and are they that offensive? No, they're not. These Warner Brothers shorts that people call offensive or censored 11 and shit, these are not offensive. This is coming from a brother, alright? I'm Afro-Hispanic. And looking at these shorts, I'm not offended by it. If you want to be offended by it, go right fucking ahead. I'm not. I'm going to be mature about it and watch these shorts the way it's meant to be. You're supposed to be an adult watching these shorts. Not thinking that these are supposed to be for little kids. They're not. They're never supposed to be, and they never will be. Looney Tunes shorts are never supposed to be for little kids. That's fine if you do watch them. Look, if you have a parent that makes you watch your Looney Tunes cartoons, I'm not going to say that they're terrible or they should be, like, not be a parent. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that don't look at these shorts and suspect that, oh, it only should just be for kids, not for kids, and that's it. Because at that point, you don't know nothing about animation. Nothing. Right? Because originally animation was supposed to be for adults. That's why the original, like, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit stuff, all the adults watched them. No kids went to the movie theater and watched them. Only adults did. The fuck's wrong with you? And then what killed Looney Tunes was TV. TV killed Looney Tunes. Television killed the Looney Tunes. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Can't believe that? So that's really it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about everything that I said about these shorts and what I've thought of some of these stuff in these shorts too. Tell me what you guys think about the cover that I made here. And eventually I will put it on DVD. So I have it on my flash drive, so there you go. And do you think that Warner Brothers should re-release these in a format somehow? Like, if I've said this before, Warner Brothers, release it on your website and just put a thing saying that you need to be 21 and older to get it. Like, that's it. It's not that hard. It really isn't, man. It really isn't. Stop acting like it's so hard just because you don't want fucking pitchforks and riots right next to your door. You need to take fucking chances, man. You like to have fun with your movies, even though some of them might be bad, but at least you like to have fun with your movies. Why are you not going to have fun with this? There are still people to this day that look at the Looney Tunes shorts now, I mean, like, the past ones, and they're like, yeah, ever since then, they haven't been the same. They haven't been what they used to be. I think the Looney Tunes show is fine. I think people look at that show and be like, oh, it's not fast-paced or anything like that. I'm like, yeah, because they knew that they couldn't do that. They knew that they did that already, so they wanted to do something new. And look, it's not like I don't want them to go back to that, and they have. And the new Looney Tunes shorts that they use fucking knives instead of guns, to me is way worse. A lot of people think that, oh, they took away guns. How dare you censor that? That's not censorship. They just switched it with knives and a sickle. That's worse. You mean I'm telling my friend this, and my friend's like, that's even more violent. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Apparently you guys haven't watched The Dark Knight. Guns are too quick. You can't savor the little emotions. When I saw them, when the new Looney Tunes stuff, when they all have knives and shit like that, I'm all like, whoa, they went even darker. Hell yeah, I watched that. I even watched some of it when Bugs Bunny's like, oh, what are you doing? Grabs his hand, it fucking twists his hand, and he looks all fucked up and everything like that. Yo, when I saw that, I'm like, this is the new Looney Tunes, and if anyone doesn't like it, too fucking bad. Fuck you, because that type of shit is what I've been waiting for. I want dark shit like that from Looney Tunes, man, because they're not supposed to be for kids. They're supposed to be fucking violent, fucking immature, and fucking, like, literally, these characters are supposed to be dicks. All of them are supposed to be dicks. I forgot to know how many shorts of Bugs Bunny when he just becomes a dick instead of someone going after him. There's been a lot of some Looney Tunes shorts that, yeah, like, look, I'm always been an advocate of someone going after Bugs Bunny, but when Bugs Bunny goes after somebody, to me, I don't like it. But at the same time, it just shows who he really is. He's a dick. He doesn't really give a fuck. I can mess with everybody. I can mess with anybody, and they won't even, like, they won't do anything to me. And I like that about Bugs Bunny. You know? Sometimes, yeah, he could be a dick. And everyone else is his fucking puppet. You know? And I think that's hilarious. Because he is in control. Always. Always. And I love that. I do. That's the one thing they always kept. Even when Bugs Bunny is the provoker, they always have him in control. In some episodes, he's not. Which is even funnier. Because he think he is. But then at the end, he's not. Or something else happens for him to become a hero, to be like, alright, fine, fuck yeah, I hope. You know? So, that's it, guys. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and be safe. And tell me what you guys think about these Looney Tunes shorts of what I talked about, the Censor 11, and tell me what you guys think about some of the stuff that I mentioned in this video. And I'll see you guys later, and take care.